When it comes to Netflix, our first reaction is that most people think that being wealthy and powerful is a symbol of it. But do you know that seeking approval from superiors and approval process do not exist? It sounds an employee has complete creative freedom. It sounds like a utopian company, doesn't it? But this is also the management philosophy of Netflix founder. Can such freedom really make a business successful? Of course, please remember that some of the practices adopted by companies are more about defining culture rather than driving behavior. For products and technology organization, being context driven requires lots of efforts to excel. And this is the primary responsibility of product leader. So, but if you want to empower your products and delegate decision making power to the people closer to the problem and supporting technology, then it worth it. The CEO of Netflix said, "Lead with context, no control, and coaching your employee using such guidelines as don't seek to place your boss." So let me tell you the story of Netflix. So Netflix was founded in 1997 by Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, and is headquartered in Los Gatos, California, USA. Originally, a company is providing DVD mail rental service, and it was born after Hastings was fined for movie rentals. So in 1999, the company launched a subscription model to disrupt the traditional uh, rental market. In 2007, it launched a streaming service to achieve the digital transformation. So, and in 2013, it entered the content production field with the original series House of Cards. In 2016, it expanded to more than 190 countries and became a global streaming giant. The Netflix unique MCS practice it is about three parts. I will take you to a deep exploration of how Netflix has disrupted the traditional management control system. The concept of coexistence of freedom and responsibility means that the Netflix MCS does not constrain employees through more rules, but rather give them greater freedom. This means that employees do not need to budget approval from their superiors. You can take a vacation at any time without applying the highest salary strategy in the market, attracting the best talents. I think the second one is the radical condor. Netflix employees are encouraged to express their opinions and insight directly, given to their superiors. Radical honest shapes a transparent communication environment, which is truly unimaginable in most corporate culture. Companies like Google all have also achieved greater success through similar cultural practice, but Netflix's radical honesty goes further. Then I will show you an interview segment with Hastings.
Reed Hastings, CEO of Netflix, and here are 5 lessons I've learned over the last 20 years of Netflix. The first lesson is no rules. We don't have a vacation policy. You take whatever you want. We don't have an expense policy. You spend as you think appropriate. We have only one 5-word principle, which is to act in Netflix's best interest. And with that, we find that employees do amazing things. Lesson number 2 is that a global company needs a global culture. It's been so exciting for Netflix over the last few years to expand around the world. Now we understand much more how different nations like to give feedback, and it's been very stimulating for everyone at Netflix to be inclusive of all of these different values so that we can work well together to serve our members around the world. A successful culture is one where people can disagree openly and move forward with candor. One of the big mistakes that I made about 8 years ago at Netflix was Quickster, where we separated the DVD and streaming services too quickly. And what I found is that our employees did not feel comfortable telling me that this was a bad idea. Afterwards, we realized it was a bad idea, so we changed our culture to really focus on farming for dissent. It's each leader's responsibility to stimulate people to really say what they think might be wrong.
The third point is high performance culture. Employees who work hard but are not outstanding will not be encouraged to stay but will be given generous service pay. Netflix called it talent density. In other words, what companies need is not just efforts, but excellence as their pursuit of what culture forces employees to push themselves forward with all their might. The challenge of Netflix MCS has existed for a long time. Other large companies will employees as long-term stocks for sustainable operations, but Netflix them as short-term stocks for speculation. After speculation, they directly withdraw their investment and move on to the next stocks. When those people who can't keep up with the Netflix are replaced by those who seem stronger, once you can't keep up, you will resign. Gradually, it becomes a battle for survival. My suggestion is to introduce more cultural adaptation support will maintain the framework of freedom and responsibility. Launch of cultural navigation program will provide guidance for new employees on how to adapt to a culture of radical honesty and high performance. The best way to increase the data-driven feedback loop is to use artificial intelligence to regularly analyze employees' performance and feedback data, identify potential problems, intervene in a timely manner. For example, evaluating the team's job certifications through like the different service, fully utilizing Netflix flywheel effects. Companies that give employees freedom often perform better than those that prioritize rules, but freedom requires responsibility as a balance point. Today, my suggestion is to add cultural support to this system to ensure its future success. As management expert Peter Drucker once said, being effective is something that managers can and must do. Let us work together for the future of Netflix, making the concept of freedom and responsibility the foundation of our business. Thank you for listening.